I'm now going to tie a body stretch Caddis on a Jiri Klima jig hook size 14. The thread we're going to use for this fly is brown, and as usual I'm just going to bed the shank of that hook with thread. Normally we would bed the shank right up to the bend, but this time I'm going to finish approximately about that area. So I'll continue down the shank, making sure not to catch the thread on the hook point and back up again. For the tail of the fly, for this nymph, I'm going to use some white cock hackle fibres that I've stripped from the flute. I'll make a wee little tube as so. We then do a pinch and loop, so we lift the thread, pinch the thread with the thumb and forefinger, and loop and bring down, and as you can see those hackles are perfectly on top of that hook shank. A few more wraps of thread to make sure they are secure, trim our excess. Continue down to where we bedded the hook shank with thread, and then back up to just before the ball on the hook. We then get some green Jiri Klima body stretch. Once again use the old pinch and loop as so. A few wraps of thread to secure that body stretch. We pull it slightly and then cut. We get a slightly closer cut, but we're actually going to build up this area so that little bit of excess will help us. If I pull the body stretch ever so slightly, and again down to where we originally bedded that hook shank, and then back up towards the ball. We're now going to wrap that body stretch towards us. However, I'm going to give it a slight bit of tension, as you can see, and then we're going to wrap that body stretch in touching turns to give us a segmented effect. Now the beauty with these jig hooks is that, as you can see, because of the bend of the eye, this particular fly will fish upside down, which is ideal for a point fly whenever we're Czech nymphing. It means that we're not going to catch any debris or very little debris on the bottom, and it's also got enough weight to get to the bottom very quickly. Tie that bit in and go back a little bit, and now for the thorax area I'm going to use some natural hairs here. So again, whenever we're dubbing, a little bit of fly tying wax. Dub with the finger, the forefinger and thumb, and I'm going to dub this quite loosely. Create quite a bulbous thorax area, and we're going to pull those fibres also as we turn them. Now I've also left a little bit of the dubbing material on the thread because I'm going to whip finish that dubbing so that we cannot see the thread once we've finished. So again, as usual, we make our triangle, 2, 3, and as you can see, that thread is now hidden. Trim. And now to finish the fly, all we need to do is apply some varnish. Now you may think it'd be difficult to apply the varnish because obviously we've covered that thread where we whip finished with some dubbing material, But if we use the bulbous area here and slide it by the side, that will actually drip down onto our thread and just wipe off the excess. And there is the fly finished. Absolutely devastating in the water.